Hello and welcome back to Stronger and High's Dash Life is a Mishmash. Today we have a very special bonus episode to talk all about Devon's most powerful woman. So we have head organizer and chief in control of everything. We have Jemma Dymond, who's our first ever podcast guest, the very first. So yeah, welcome back to the show, Jemma.
Thank you so much for having me back as well, because I realized like my life has been an absolute roller coaster since I last came on the pod as well. Like in that time, my spine fell off. I stuck my spine on. I got back into like deadlifting, added 22 kilos on my PB, somehow qualified for Europe's and started organizing a strongman comp.
Hell yeah. I know. We need to do an update review of yours, don't we? To see how you've been maybe that would do a 2-year review, because yours was January, wasn't it? It was one of the first ones to ever come out. Well, it was the first one to ever come out. Yeah, we need to do an update review on that. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're not here to talk about you, Jenna. No, we are a little bit. But what I will do is I'll tag your episode in the show notes below as well. So if people want to go and have a listen of that, then they can.
Yeah.
And yeah, it'll be very exciting. So tell us then a little bit about Devon's most powerful woman.
So it was born out of me coming in from a rugby perspective into strongman and seeing kind of the growth of the women's game in rugby, and also going to comps where female athletes were just regularly kind of either the afterthought or just not really thought about in any sense and not catered for very well. Sometimes maliciously, sometimes just through a bit of like, I'd say ignorance.
Yeah.
So I just decided that I was going to go and do my own comp and make female athletes the kind of forefront of it. And I wanted to also really set the bar for kind of a better standard of comp. And that's what I really hope it will be. You know, we started strong. We opened up 4 categories. We've got cash prizes for first place in every single category. We've got the sickest trophies that have come all the way from Canada. We've got goodie bags from first to third. Everyone is getting a medal, because that's something I'm really passionate about at the grassroots of the sport, is just building and encouraging participation.
Yeah.
And we've obviously got the sickest guest ref ever, I'd say. So
Obviously, yes, I'm very excited. So it's on the 1st of August 2026. So by the time this podcast comes out, it'll be a couple of weeks ahead. So we're trying to get hyped. We're getting the hype going for it. But I love it. I love the reasoning behind it as well, because this has got mentioned on the podcast loads before, like having those women's only competitions, and us, like we're all as bad as each other, I think, for whinging about comps and being like, oh, this is shit, that's shit. But there's not many people that are then like, fuck it, do you know what? I'm going to make a better one. Like, watch this.
Yeah, and I just think like it's all very well saying like this comp was shite, that comp was shite, that provider wasn't great. Like, okay, fine. And that's fair. And I have to say, like, I think also like the unit in Colchester have done this massively this year. They've taken the notes from other comps and gone, fine, let's do it better. And don't get me wrong, this is my first time running a comp. I know it's not going to be perfect, but the bar and the intention that I have tried to set and put into this, and like this has been a labor of love. This has been, you know, it was a 25/8 part of my life for about 2 months of just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? When I say I've driven around the country getting kit, I've spray painted a log pink. Like there's nothing I have that is gone at this point. And I really hope that comes across. And also I think when I look at the top levels of the sport and the people going to the top, the massive issue that we've had in rugby is that the poor grassroots is feeding through the poor grassroots development is not feeding well up to higher levels. And that's where it was from time. You're actually seeing it in the men's game, for example, with Wales at the moment. So actually you can't develop the top of the sport without the entry of the sport. So actually what I'm really passionate about is creating just a better standard and a better availability of grassroots. Because I truly believe strongman is so accessible, but I don't believe you need to be doing big dog numbers and big dog things to be a big dog in this sport, in the personality, in the character, in the ethos of who you are. And I think that is actually 99% of people can have a go at strongman. But not everyone has an opportunity to. So
Yeah, I love that. And I totally agree with you. I think it's so important and I love that. And I do think like the grassroots is definitely picking up. Like, I know like the comps I've just done, like that North Yorkshire Strongest, like that was class and that was a grassroots level comp. And I was like, oh, I'd rather be doing this at the moment than like the actual pathways, like the topper levels of the sport. But yeah, I love what you're doing. I think it's class and I think it's really cool to see someone who's just passionate about it and isn't just doing it for like that monetary gain back. Like, not there's obviously got to be a part of that. You've got to make some money off of it. Otherwise, like, you're going to be saying to me, you're not making anything, are you?
I am
Fucking
not making
hell.
any. Even with sponsors, so we've been so fortunate that we've had the most incredible sponsors, and I have to say that is something I think women are really bad at blowing their own trumpet. But
Mm,
for me, I come in from a like partnerships and social media background. So when I knew I was doing this comp, I opened up sponsorship opportunities from day dot,
yeah.
and I approached places. And I think don't be afraid to approach places because at the worst they just say no.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it has helped. We've had really good sponsorship, which has definitely chunked massively towards the cost of a comp. But
Yeah.
you don't realize until you start running a comp how many costs of a comp there actually are. And again, I am so fortunate in Mark's gym. We have Dave, who is the most supportive gym owner in human history.
Yeah.
He was the one who turned around and was like, "Should we spray the Hercules Hold pink?" I was like, "Yes, Dave, let's do that."
Absolutely, we should.
We couldn't be doing this comp without Dave, and he's such an unsung hero. Like he goes from cleaning up in the gym to looking after 3,000 chickens and making sure they don't die to building a stable for someone to he's the most unsung hero. So shout out to Dave
Legend.
as well. Yeah.
Legend. We love that. Yeah, we love the support that everyone like gives as well is so cool. And I love that this thing about sponsors that you said is 100% true. Like people just don't want to reach out to people to like ask the question. And if you don't ask, you don't get the Sharburne's getting out. So I'm like a big believer in that as well. And you doing that, I know the only problem is obviously you're not getting paid to then do that work. You're not getting paid to like find all this stuff and do all of this. But you'd hope that that would help like build your business, build your brand, and like push you up as well. Because that's the thing. Like we love this, but I've seen it. We've seen it loads in Strongman. People coming through doing like loads of really out there competitions, but then run themselves into the ground because there's not enough back from it. So my hope with this is that this would be like just a stepping stone for you to be like, absolutely, yeah, let's keep fucking pushing this forward.
We are already starting to look at like the Mark's Classic as well. So for context as well, Mark's gym, people go, but a guy called Dave owns Mark's gym. Dave and Mark were best friends, and the theory was they opened the gym together. Sadly, Mark lost his life through suicide before they could open the gym together. So
Oh,
Dave continued the dream in his honor and has made it such a safe and welcoming place for everyone. So that's kind of the concept behind this gym. But yeah, we've already got like the Mark's Classic kind of in our head. Obviously, being married to an under 90s strongman, he's a man who likes a pound for pound comp.
oh God, no.
So yeah, he's getting very excited about the concept. He's like, I think we just called it World's Strongest Spine at one point. His idea for it, he was just like max deadlift, max good morning. I was like, no, Floppy, no one wants to do that.
No one wants to do that. No one wants to
Max
do that.
calmness. We were like, no, Floppy. But no, we have actually got a really good idea for the Mark's Classic in mind. And yeah, for me, I just want to keep giving other women, and especially other women who didn't find their place in a lot of other places and sports, their place to kind of keep growing and building. And my
100%.
little strong girl club as well, because they're just the most ace group of people. Like we have mums, we have people who travel, we have people who are going through things. We've had people come into class because that is the one thing in their week that is going well at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm so, I want that to just keep growing and building always.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. But
Class.
I'm so
Absolutely.
excited. It's unreal.
I know it's gonna be. I'm really excited. I've got like 2 back-to-back hella weekends, and like it's just such an exciting it's such an exciting new thing, isn't it? Like I can't wait to like see it all going on, and just I know it's gonna be good vibes. You know when you can just feel it, like you know
Yeah.
that an event's gonna be good vibes. So yeah, right. Well, let's get into the actual event then. Do you want to talk a little bit about the events and like the sponsors and stuff?
Yeah. So the first event is the Power Through Press. Now, Power Through Nutrition is our wonderful pal Emily Cooper. Um, Emily and Archie, her husband, have been so on board with Strong Girl Club, with this comp. Literally, as I hit post on posting about this comp, Archie was like, "We'll sponsor it," and and Archie and the other guys that Matt coaches are actually our plate loaders for the day. They
Class.
were not asked to do that at all. They offered, literally, again, the moment I hit post, I had about 20 DMs from these guys saying, how can we support this? Can we be plate loaders? Can we help? So again, shout out to the amazing guys of the strongman community coming through to make this happen. I'm so
Hell yeah.
grateful. But Emily is a brilliant dietitian, and not only is she sponsoring the press, but she's actually providing us an athlete snack table for the day, where she is working out all the macros, all the things that they're going to need, how to keep. From my perspective, it's a health and safety thing, partially as well. We're
Yeah.
making sure athletes are fed, are safe on the day when they're exerting themselves, because a lot of the athletes are really new to competing that are in this comp, like really new. Out of the
Yeah.
40 women that we've got signed up, which I feel like so,
Hell
40
yeah.
women signed up, but I would say 20 of those are within their first 2 comps,
Yeah.
and 30 of those are within their first 5 comps. So we need to make sure athletes are safe. So we've got a Trump press option, which I love, again, for especially for newer lifters. They've got a log or an axle. Any on the axle outweighs the log. They can go and just smash out the reps. And watching the girls, again, I think overhead is one that women tend to be a bit more unsure about, or tend to struggle with a little bit more. But watching the girls flying up on their overhead has been so exciting. So
Yeah, that's going to be so class. I love that as well. Little athlete like snack table. That's such a good idea. And like that doesn't get done in comps ever. You can tell there's a woman running this. That's class. I'm
literally.
very excited for this already. And like a cool first event as well. And I do agree with you. Having 40 women sign up for a comp is unbelievable numbers.
I
Like,
and I think as well, like, we've also all seen sponsors sponsor comps, and they're really well intentioned, but after the day, you forget their name, you forget everything about them.
yeah,
And was actually what Emily has proactively done. This was partially her idea as well. Like, she is showing what she can do. She is showing her kind of the level that she just loves the sport. She's done about 20 comps this year
yeah,
for the love of the sport.
class.
um so she's kind of demonstrating her values as a person, as a
Hmm.
sponsor as well through that. So for me, it was just the best way to have a sponsor, not only providing a few pennies to help towards the comp, but also actually just activating in that space. But yeah, 40 women, and 38 of those were signed up over 8 months out.
Class. That is so good. That is class. And you can tell, like, just the thought that's gone into the comp and the stuff that you're providing for the comp and the way that it's being marketed. That'll have a lot to do with women signing up as well, because that's the biggest issue. Like, I know when we've run comps at Northern, getting women to sign up is like the hardest part of it. So, like, you've just hit so many markers there that have made it such a more accessible way for women to sign up, and I love that. Like, it's class.
I just came away and I was like, what do I want to see in more
Yeah.
comps, and what have I needed as an athlete that I've not had at comps? And it's the little touches as well. So, like, for example, we've got hero bags for the bathrooms and changing rooms, and they've got hair ties, tampons, pads, plasters, just those little bits and bobs that you sometimes find that you need on a comp day,
Yeah.
because God knows you suddenly find you're about to pee yourself on a deadlift. Fine, there's a pad to sort you out. But
Yeah.
like, just everything you need in a little bag, and they are no charge.
Yeah.
That's just something that I've put together, you know. Um, and there's just I've just tried to put, again, the thought and intention into this comp that
Yeah.
is the kind of the love language that I don't think has been in some of the comps that I've been in before.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. No, I love that. Absolutely love it. So next event then is the Freya Fit Deadlift Ladder.
Yeah, so Freya Fit do the beautiful, pretty pink plates and the barbell that, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen Strong Girl Club thriving on. They've supported me in Strong Girl Club since day one. So I've been running Strong Girl Club for about a year now. And I turned around and said, I would love to work with you. I think you're a cool brand. I love what you do. And they were just like, yes, let's do this.
Hell yeah.
And again, Freya Fit and I have been working. So, for example, when they have warehouse items, they let me have those for Strong Girl Club at
Class.
a reduced rate. Um, just to help more women get into sport, which is, I think, is just such a cool way to continue making movement accessible.
Yeah.
And that's worked really well for both sides. So the deadlift ladder, again, that was one out of having an under 90 kilo deadlifter in the house. That had to be a little bit of fun. But I personally really love a deadlift ladder. I don't think you see
I do.
varied deadlift ladders anymore.
Yeah, I do. I love a deadlift ladder. I think they're just exciting to watch. Like, they're just fun to watch, aren't they? And it's like a race as well, isn't it? It's just so cool to like see it.
Yeah, it's so fun. So we've got an axle into a barbell, into a deadlift bar, into an 18-inch. Um,
Nice.
so we start with the axle, a little bit tough, but that's obviously the lower number of the fold. And then we end up with the 13-inch and the 18-inch. And that was really intentional because, again, there's a few people coming into that 18-inch. They've never maybe pulled that weight off the floor.
Yeah.
But once we showed that it was effectively your lockout,
Yeah.
there's a few of them that have pulled that now. And again, for the mindset and for the confidence, that was exactly what it was for, was you can chuck a little bit extra on that. Oh, well, maybe I can actually start going towards doing that from the ground. That was kind of the intention behind it.
Yeah, class. I love that. I love that. And deadlift ladders are just hella exciting, aren't they? And I love an 18-inch deadlift as well, mate. It's my favourite type.
I can't wait to watch you go past me on the deadlift ladder at Europe's. It's going to be great.
I'm not sure about that one, though. That one might be a bit different. That would be very different, that Europe's one.
Oh, it's going to be so funny.
We'll get into it. We'll talk about Europe's maybe a little bit at the end. But your next event, you've got moving medley. I haven't got who sponsored that one. Sorry.
So no, that was the Simply Beautiful. So Emma is a like esthetician and a beautician locally. So Emma she did my spray tan for my wedding. She's a great lady. She's just cool, and we used to gym together at another gym locally, and she just gets it with getting women into sport. And the moment I hit post on this comp, she was like, I want to be involved. I want to sponsor this. I want to help get more women into the gym. So I love that from her. She's such a girl's girl
Hell
in the
yeah.
best way. So yeah, a little moving medley, because I think, again, when you're looking at comps, we've all been at comps where you're there and it's been like 6 hours
Yeah.
and you're just like, let me go home now. So it was partially to get an event that will move through a little bit quicker, because we've obviously got other events that will take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But also, again, when you're thinking about a well-rounded comp, I always just think, have something that suits everyone. A deadlift ladder is quite static.
Yeah.
Obviously, the press element, pressing should be fairly static. And then we've got that little bit of moving and grooving for the people who maybe those first two aren't their strengths.
Yeah, no, I love that. Absolutely. I mean, I was going to say I love a moving medley. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I do think that'll be very exciting. And again, it's the same thing as like the deadlift ladder, isn't it? It's like a race. So, and it's always exciting to watch people race against each other with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and due to kit now, so on I think it's on 3 of the 5 events, we're going to be able to open 2 lanes.
Nice.
So again, timing was something I was very, very conscious of. I don't want this comp to be I want it to be a good day, but I don't want it to be an all day.
Yeah.
We've been able to open, we'll have the beginners and the inters, and then the novice and the opens going along side by side.
Cool.
So that we can get 2 lanes going at once.
Yeah.
And just keep the day really fun, really efficient. Again, that feel of a race, but you're not racing someone next to you, because I'm really conscious that, again, for the people who are newer to comps, I want them to feel like they can go, but I don't want them to feel pressure.
Yeah. No, I do. I agree. I think that's a really good way to do it, especially for like the novice comps. Just take a bit of that pressure and a bit of that competitive edge off of it as well, because there's some people that'll thrive on that. There's other people who absolutely will not thrive on that. So it's really cool that you've thought about that as well, though, because again, that's just not something that ever gets thought of by anybody in comps, really, is it? It's an afterthought, if anything.
Yeah, and I was thinking, like, I think of my Strong Girl Club a lot. Like, it's very sad. I'm that person. I think of the ladies I coach as well.
Sad.
And I just think, like, what would this person need out of this? What would that person need out of this? And I'm really fortunate, again, between the ladies I coach and Strong Girl Club, I would say I've got like almost one of every type of strength athlete across that.
Yeah.
And so for me, I was like, oh, this person would thrive in this way on this event. This person would thrive here. So I was able to kind of work out what they'd need. Emily was my kind of Emily, obviously power through Emily. Emily's going to be competing in the opens on the day as well. So
Nice.
she was my kind of brainchild for the opens. And then I
Yeah.
had like different people across different categories for, especially for the different elements as well.
Yeah, class. Absolutely love that. I love all of this. So next one, my favourite event, the Fix Auto Hercules Hold. Tell us a little bit about that.
So Dave, who owns Marks, again, I think I should probably, I'll probably charge him £1 for every time I say his name on this podcast recording now. But but Dave is an insane, like you think of something, he can create it. He's made fingers from scratch. We've got a Conan's wheel. We've got these Hercules that this man has made, and they are insane standard, beautiful to look at. And it's just, again, you've got to have a little bit of something for everyone. We've got moving, we've got static. So let's have something a little bit grip.
Yeah.
And I have to say we've been practicing on it as well. I don't normally, like you've seen me, I'm fairly tall and I look tiny compared to these posts. It's really funny. I was the original crash test dummy when those posts were built as well. So we
Amazing.
basically had Blobby on one side, Dave on the other, and it was like, hold on and let's just see if they fall over and your arms stay attached.
Great.
like,
No stress.
be all right. But no, they are absolutely top tier and they are going to be pink.
Class. Absolutely love that.
I just love that so much. And again, I just them being pink is just a summary of just everything with how much Dave has supported Strong Girl Club and me at this
100%.
comp. So
Yeah, I'm very excited. Have you put a video out of the Hercules Hold?
yeah. So there's a video of me
I'm
having
sure
a
I've
go on them
seen
on my
it.
profile because I joked that like I find that easier on my nervous system than somebody asking me for a chat.
Hilarious.
I'm an anxious diva. What can I say? It's also on the Larks Gym Instagram because I think we collabed on it. So yeah, that's on there. And I think there's a few pictures of Strong Girl Club having a little go on it as well, because that's the thing as well.
Yeah.
What I was really conscious of with this comp as well is not just creating the comp, giving a good pathway into it. So we had a comp run through workshop where people could book on and have a feel for pretty much all their comp kit, and work with me, work with Emily, um, and answer a bunch of questions. And we also had Chloe Brennan came down and did an amazing workshop, focusing on that like pressing and mindset as well.
Yeah.
Um, and I learned a ton of Chloe. She was just fantastic. But yeah, that's part of the pathway we've done for this comp specifically as well.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that as well that you've like created a pathway for people as well, because it makes it so much more accessible for, like you said, those more like nervous athletes who are a bit like, oh God, like maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Well, now you can sort of have a little bit of a go. Like you can basically practice the whole way through with people who are going to try and help you before
Yeah.
you actually get to that moment in time. And I think it's class that it just takes a lot of the nerves and anxiety out of actually competing, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I purposely did those at each point. So they were both about 8 to 10 weeks out as well. So if there
Yeah.
was something that was a particular hotspot or a problem for someone, they had about 8 weeks to sort it out. It wasn't like 2 weeks ago. They were purposely timed so that we had time to help people help things basically. And
Yeah.
I want people to feel safe, and I just want people to just feel like they can come and have a go and have their best day by their bar, but not worried.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely love that. I think it's just really cool. I love that the events as well are like, I love that you've got Hercules Hold there because that's such like a weird strongman event, isn't it? And like you never really see them in novice comps, like ever. So it's just such a cool opportunity for people to have like, I've maybe done it. Have I done it once in competition before, and that's it. Like in
We'll have to
7
have a go.
years.
We'll get a picture of you on a pink Hercules. Like that's gonna
100%. I'm
gonna
definitely having a go. I'm gonna set the standard for the Opens women's. I'm gonna be like, right, here's the standard that you all need to be. Otherwise, I actually win this event.
that's fine. You could do that, and we'll get. You will have to have like pink hair or something though.
See, my only problem is I can't dye my hair at the moment because it's just I'm on a healthy hair diet. Well, not a healthy hair diet, but I'm just trying to have healthier hair. I bet you can get like, if I did just like fake, it's not fake. It's not called fake hair dye.
Because the boys are
Semi-permanent.
using glitter spray as well for their beards.
Yeah, I'm up for that. I'll spray it. I'll spray it with colour,
Yeah.
definitely, for sure. I'm well up for that. The only problem
Yeah.
is I just look like, I put that post up the other day about, it's like saying people rinse me for my hair, and actually it's really hit me hard.
Did you see
Yeah.
my comment?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Thanks. Yeah, I'm really struggling with it now, and yeah, it's terrible. So I'm having a bit of an existential crisis about my hair right now, but I'm sure by the time we get round to August, it'll be fine again.
I was torn between Napoleon Dynamite and Annie.
I know, yeah. I've had Annie a lot. Napoleon Dynamite seems to be the overarching theme. And then Scott's put, one of my mates, Scott, had put a picture of, I don't even know who it is. It's just an old lady with like curly hair. And I look so much like her. It hurts me. I saw the comment and I was just like, you actually just, I can't look
I'm
at that
sorry.
anymore.
I will never say generally that women ask for it on the internet, but you literally asked for it on the internet.
I did, 100%. I put it out there and I asked for it, and then I instantly regretted it the minute people started commenting, and I was like, fuck, all this for engagement, but at what cost for my mental health?
What cost?
At what cost? But yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine. Thing is, I actually do think it looks hilarious. It's really funny. It's just a shame it's on me. But it'll be fine.
I'll get one of the bald guys to wear like a little Annie wig on the day, so then you don't feel like
I don't feel left out. Yeah, we can laugh at him as well. It's all right if you laugh at me and him too.
And on that as well, the boys that are plate loading, I didn't tell you their one request.
What was it?
So they said we'll plate load as long as we can wear crop tops.
Amazing, hilarious.
Yeah, and this is ranging from open weight male strongman to like, we've got a guy who's under 80s, like all these different lads. They were like, yeah, we'll plate load, but we want crop tops. And I was just like, deal. So there may be like 20 lads in crop tops running around. I have no idea at this point.
Hilarious. That's so good. I can't wait to see this. It's going to be so funny. What are the t-shirts like?
Oh, they're beautiful. So we've got a local brand called Otter's Pocket.
Hilarious.
Yeah, or OP Print Co, as they're legally known. But Otter's Pocket have done us an absolute solid on the t-shirts, and I mean, I should be, touch wood, getting them this week. So I'll let you know, but they are really good. We haven't gone for like personalization this year just because it was one extra factor, but that's something that I've got in my head for next year, because I can't wait to get a t-shirt with like Dymond on the back. So I want to get another t-shirt with Dymond on the back. So I want to get that for the girls as well.
Yeah, 100%. I think we can let you off for not getting personalization on the t-shirts. I feel like you've done a fair bit. I think that's maybe it's okay to have not done that bit.
Partially because this is the third t-shirt person that I've contacted. I don't know what it is with t-shirt people. They like to disappear off the face of the entire earth. It's been a process. So at this point, I was just like, I just need t-shirts. I'm going to start drawing on them myself with Crayolas at this point.
Yeah, they're so hard. They are really difficult to source. There is a good company though that I'll put you in touch with for future stuff if you want, because we use at the moment Deadlift, and they're really, really good. Like, they are shit. Laura's absolutely sound. She does all of my kit, like all of my strongman physio uniform stuff, so she's spot on. But I'll send you her information.
Thank you.
Right, so final event then is the Adventure Oakhampton Atlas Stones.
Yes, I'm really excited about this. So Sharon, who comes to Strong Girl Club, she works for like an outdoorsy company, Adventure Oakhampton. They're bringing a climbing wall.
Nice.
Yeah. So basically, I'll race you to the top of it. But they're bringing and obviously they do a lot of like rock climbing and stuff like that. So I thought it was really accurate that they were sponsoring the Stones. I tried to like people with something that would like work by their name and stuff, so it's really memorable. But yeah, so Adventure Oakie Stones, I am a big fan of Stones. And again, it's one of those events that I think a lot of women coming into it are often quite nervous about. We had a Mother's Day special of Strong Girl Club. We had the world's strongest Nan turn up. She's 82 years old doing sandbag carries with a throw bag on her trolley. It was brilliant.
Hell yeah.
But what we got the girls to show their mums like what they've been doing with stones and stuff like that. And it was really cool watching. And I even got my mum to have a go at a 30-kilo stone. She did it. And my
Get
mummy,
on.
yeah, mummy Jemma and mummy Dymond, they did a
Hell yeah.
good job. But yeah, it's the one that I think often people are most nervous to touch because they're big and you see a lot of guys that are big and hairy and they're clanging them around. So I wanted to just put them in a way where, again, people could push themselves to do it, but
Yeah.
also feel safe. And again, with the weights on all of these and the weight with the whole comp, all of the weights are designed with the current situation in the Southwest in mind.
Yeah.
So we've got a beginners that is very much a beginners. The novice I would almost describe as like a beginner plus. The inters is definitely on the more tame side of some of the inters I've seen. Like the inters I did in Essex in April was a lot heavier across the board.
Yeah.
And then the opens again is a very kind of controlled opens because again we've just got this category of people, a bunch who've never done a comp before, and then a bunch who have done maybe 1 or 2 comps before. So I wanted those pathways to be really accessible to people. And
Yeah.
like for example, we've now had people who signed up in the novice who are feeling ready to actually have a little crack at inters. So we've got people who are starting. It's showing that this pathway is working, and we haven't even
Yeah.
had comp yet, which I think is just
Yeah. Yeah,
so.
it's class that. And I do think it's important as well, like you said, to like base your comp around the local area, around what people are doing, because we've had this before, like we've had discussions about this at the gym before about like setting up a comp and deciding the weights and then being like, but this doesn't reflect the people in the area, the community that we have in the area. And that's why it's people aren't signing up for it, because it's either too heavy or it's too light or whatever. And you're never going to please everybody. People are always going to have problems with it, aren't they? But I love that, like focusing in on the area and then sticking with it. And as
Yeah.
well, for women's comps, like it's grassroots. It needs to be light. It needs to be accessible. That's the point of it. Like,
And like the thing is as well, that's why there's so much scaling throughout this comp. So the trump option is quite a fair reflection. So the upper trump option is quite a fair reflection of each category. Like
yeah,
that is a decent push. So like the opens axle, for example, is 65,
yeah,
which is, again, I'm doing that in Hampshire's opens at the end of August. So it doesn't feel like an unreasonable jump. The opens women also end with the 100-kilo stone.
yeah,
So they are not unreasonable to push to, but there's also tiers within that people may be having their first dot opens. They will not zero everything,
yeah,
or they should not, unless they have a really bad day. But
yeah,
everyone at every level, whatever they go in to achieve, they should achieve some of it.
yeah,
So kind of the thing is, I just didn't want anyone to come in and feel like they were going to zero everything,
yeah,
and that's
yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because it's just a shit comp then, that for the person, isn't it? And like, you don't want that. We want good experiences. We want more women in the sport. So let's make those experiences good experiences, not shit ones. But yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. So in terms of then, is there spaces still to enter? Because I know this is going to be a question that gets asked straight away.
Yeah, so we've got a little bit of a waiting list. We've had a couple of dropouts, so I'm kind of looking at where I juggle people around. So whilst none of the categories are technically open, if someone said to me like, I'd love to squeeze in and go at opens, what can you do? I think I could probably kind of nudge things around a little bit now.
Yeah,
So if anyone does listen to this and they're interested in having a go, just drop me a message with kind of where you're at and what category you'd want to be in.
yeah,
Certain categories like the beginners, unfortunately, that is chock-a-block now,
yeah,
which I love. Makes me so
yeah, yeah,
happy. But like, for example, we could probably fit 1 or 2 more in the opens.
yeah.
So there's definitely, I mean, that was my own problem. I podiumed at my first Inters comp. I'm now girl boss very close to the sun and I'm an opens, and I'm realizing that actually there is not enough opens out there as well.
No, it's really hard to find women's opens comps that are good as well, like, because usually it's just an afterthought.
Yeah, and so like, yeah, we've got a little bit of spot in the opens. And
Yeah.
if I wasn't competing myself soon, I would probably go and have a little whirl. And if I wasn't running around like a headless chicken the whole day at that comp, I would probably have a little whirl. But
You're
yeah.
gonna have plenty to do that day, I feel like. Yeah, you're gonna have more than enough to do, I think. So that would be perfect. Right. So people can obviously do that. Where's it being held? Tell us a bit about like the basics. Where's it being held? Timings, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so it's we're kicking off I think it's at 10 a.m. I forgot my own timings. But it's at Mark's Gym in Winkley in mid Devon. And honestly, if you are in the Devon, Cornwall, even Dorset area, because we've got good friends over at Dorset Strongman as well, um, please just come and watch. Like, come and just cheer on people. It's going to be such a sick day. Like, we've teamed up with, there's a cafe just over the road as well. We've teamed up with them for an athlete meal deal as well. But like, they're
Nice.
also open to the public. So like, you can come get a nice plate of goodness. It's a
Yeah.
proper like roadside glorious cafe. Um, Come and get some goodness, come and watch the women, come and support the sport. Like it, I always used to say you can change women's rugby from a can of Pepsi, like just going to watch a grassroots women's rugby game and buying a can of Pepsi. You're
Yeah.
increasing visibility, you're increasing turnout. And it's the same with strong woman. You can change strong woman from a £1 can of Coke
Yeah.
because you're going, getting a can of Pepsi, whatever, and you're watching and supporting and you're justifying that growth.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
100%. No. And is it free? I'm guessing free spectators then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
You know, we again through our other sponsors as well, like we've got to the point where there's going to be some cool stuff there on the day, hopefully as well, a little bit TBC. But a couple of our other sponsors are hoping to maybe have stalls there as well.
Nice.
And I've been speaking to some local businesses that might want to pop up as well. So, you know, just want to make it an event that not just feeds back to Strongman, but feeds back to the community, because I think that's what any event like this should be.
Yeah, absolutely. And who are your other sponsors then for the comp?
So we've had some amazing people come through. Magni Strong, my husband's coaching business. So, you know, if you're looking to get real strong,
Plug.
and
Hell yeah.
if you especially if you want to build your deadlift, he is the man. He is the man for it. Um, so yeah, that is Matt. We've had the Protein Queens donating some goodies, which is really
Nice.
exciting. Again, just like women supporting women, love to see that.
Yeah.
We've got who have we got? I'm gonna have to pull up my list just because otherwise I will probably accidentally forget someone, because I have the brain of a sieve at the moment.
That's
Um,
kind of fair. You've been doing a lot. We'll let
so
you off.
well. So yeah, we've got Mid Devon Massage. So that's Becky, who manages Mark's gym. She, as well as being an awesome triathlete herself, she is a massage therapist. So she's going to be about keeping people glued together on the day. Nutritional Edge, who they do basically like the meal prep that you can order, but it's all lovingly like homemade in their kitchen in Devon. It's stunning quality. They're
Nice.
donating for our lifter of the day. So that person will get a box of meals, which I just think is lush. We wanted to have again a lifter of the day, someone who maybe they don't have the best day overall, or they don't podium or whatever, but they're just a good values and in line with the love of the sport. So
Yeah.
that's kind of who that person's going to be.
Class.
And I think Oxwear Gym Clothing, who is again another local strongman and bodybuilding coach, Dave. He has been literally, again, the moment I hit post, he was like, "How can we get involved on this?" He's donated some kit bags for our podiums. And Ilox Photography, who is a stunning photographer who attends Mark's gym, Adrian. He was so up for coming and getting photos of everyone, and I am so excited to see what he pulls out on the day as well. So
Yeah. Class. No, it's very exciting. You've done so well to get so many sponsors as well. It's so cool. And as well, like, I know we did mention it, but obviously prize, £100 is £100 cash prize for every winner of each category, isn't it? So like
yeah,
four chances. Well, you've got a chance in the category to win prize money, which I think is so important as well. Like, just a little bit of prize money is such a big like thing for, well, anyone in this sport, because it's so like you just never get it. Like you can do Europes, you can do Worlds and not win anything at all,
yeah.
no money whatsoever.
And like for me, it's self-fulfilling. So I see this comp very much, I've always had with this comp next year in mind. So I see this, the year one is our start year, but I've already got in mind for year two. And like for next year, I would love to have tiered cash for the podiums.
Yeah,
I'd love to have even bigger, even bolder. Like I very much have a year two mindset with this comp, but year one, I wanted to start really strong. And so I wanted to be able to turn around and say, for example, we've had 40 women sign up. And part of the way you do that is by making it a good offering for people to come and compete with you. So I was just like, well, if I get no sponsors and I'm forking out 400 quid of my money, then I will live off beans for a month. That is what I'll do. You know?
yeah, 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 yeah.
And that's why as well I made two sorts of tier of sponsorship as well, of like some of our sponsors are not giving money, they're giving prizes. And that is also so valuable and a
Mhm.
way that they could contribute within their means.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just wanted to make it tiered. We wanted to make it so that the people, again, I know how much it takes to go out and the prep, the devotion, the love, the time, the protein that it takes to go out and win a comp. And we wanted to kind of reflect that in the prizes as well.
Yeah, yeah, no, I love that. I just think it's super important, like just to even though you could argue, oh, it's not loads of prize money, but it's prize money though. It doesn't matter. Like it genuinely doesn't matter how much it is. Even just getting your comp fee that you paid back, in my mind, is like
Yeah.
unbelievable. Like it's class value that, like, and that'd definitely be something that I would do if I had a comp, and I'd be like, right, well, I'll definitely do that again next year because like that's absolutely worth it.
Yeah, and like as well, when by the time you get round to a comp, so say you've been prepping 6 months for that opens comp, say your gym membership is £35 a month, you've already spent like what over £200 on gym membership. You'll have spent time on fuel, you've spent time on money, you've spent money on coaching, money on like food for the day. There's so much money that goes into a good comp performance at any level.
Yeah.
Um, and again, for me, I just want that person who wins first place in each category a real nod to the fact of the time and the effort and the devotion they put in to get there, because there's always luck, always has a chance in it, but also so does hard work, and that's something we really recognize. So
Yeah, 100%. I love all of this. I am so excited for this comp. It's not even funny. Like,
I'm so excited because there's one sponsor, Becca, you forgot to mention.
oh, me? I'm sponsoring the comp too. Well, Strong Woman Highs is sponsoring the comp. Like but we always said like that's. And I mean, I need to go through the Strong Woman Highs because I feel like Strong Woman Highs has really had it's been on a bit of a back burner because I've got too much other stuff going on. Welcome to the story of my life. But the whole ethos with Strong Woman Highs was always that we'd put money back into the sport. And obviously I make a bit of money off of the Buy Me a Coffee subscription service, which again, I had a couple of messages about last week and someone was like, oh, by the way, I listened to the whole bit of like your podcast and why do you put the sponsorship bit at the end, like where you do the subscription service? And I was like, well, because like, I don't want to take money out of the sport. The whole point is that if I do make money off of it, it goes back into the sport. So yeah, so we've sponsored some money, prize money, 250 quid towards the cash prizes and then other bits and pieces as well for the day. So yeah, super excited for that.
Honestly, that was so appreciated. And like again, I can eat stuff that's not beans now. Yay.
Yay! No
Also,
beans for Jemma.
but no, it's also as well like it was again part of the intentionality with this comp. Like I wanted a guest ref who had good ethos within the sport, was similar values to myself, had a love for the grassroots, and also would be someone that would encourage the participants, especially the women that I work with week in, week out, that I felt was a very safe pair of hands. Um, and that was absolutely you. And then for me, I wanted to make that an opportunity to make sure that this podcast was, I love this pod. I recommend it to all my coaching clients as well, because I think you talk with such a range of people in the sport. And I think you touch on such a good range of topics that are relevant for every level of athlete. So it was just so relevant for me to have Strong Woman Highs as part of it, even if you'd like, even if you hadn't donated a penny, you know, it would have been so relevant for Strong Woman Highs to be involved in some capacity. So
Yeah.
I'm just buzzing to have you in both as a ref, as Strong Woman Highs, all round really. So
Yeah, no, we love it, and I do like. I love this podcast. It's hard work. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard work a lot of the time, and a lot of the time I'm like, oh, like, I am editing podcasts at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, fuck, this is such a shit idea. But
I I was listening to you and Hannah Garstland the other week, and that episode just tickled me silly. That was so
she's
funny.
so funny. Yeah, she's so good. I absolutely love Han. She's just a gorgeous person. But I love it. This is the problem with it. Like, even though when it's dead hard and I think, oh my God, I haven't got time to do this, I'm like, nah, I'm going to keep doing it though because I really like it. Like, I just love doing the conversations and the interviews. My favorite part. At some point, I will make enough money on my other businesses to employ someone to do my editing and my posting and stuff. And when that point happens, I'll be laughing.
Yeah.
This podcast will fly at that point. But until that point, I'll keep pushing along with it. But
Uh,
yeah.
As you should. Honestly, it's my favorite podcast, and like I said, I just see the value in it, especially for people coming into the sport. And I think the PED chat as well that you're doing at the moment is so relevant. It's such a big topic, and I think, yeah, it's one that is so. It's I've never seen sport with such a relationship to PEDs.
It's a weird one, isn't it?
I come from rugby, where even if your protein powder smells funny, they're on it. You know, if your protein powder even looks a bit off, you can't even have things that aren't informed sport protein powders. Like we had to be so careful.
Yeah.
To a sport where it's just like, yeah, I'm just going to jump on many tablets and things just to go and
No one cares.
Let's go win a competition in a car park. It's just such a wild contrast.
Yeah, it's a bizarre place, isn't it? It's a bizarre.
Yeah.
That's another point as well. We will be doing, we're hopefully there'll be a live stream of your competition as well. So I'm gonna bring my live stream set up on my Wi-Fi, and fingers crossed it works. I'm gonna say it's not 50-50 chance, because I know it does work, but I will say 80-20 that there's definitely going to be a live stream.
60-40.
Yeah, we'll play 60-40 just to play it safe. But yeah, I'm going to attempt to make a live stream so that we can do a live stream of the comp on the day. And then also we're going to try and do a live podcast at the end of the day, as long as everyone's not too tired and too wrecked. We'll do a live podcast following on, doing a little bit of a review of the day, having a little bit of a laugh, and then hopefully have some pints as well. So yeah,
I was going to say, if we are that wrecked, we'll just do it from the cider festival that's happening down the road.
Yeah, we could just do it from the cider festival. Yeah, we'll do a live podcast review from the cider festival after we're all smashed.
I'll be so tired. I'll just have one pint and be like, it's like
you'll just be asleep on the floor.
Just passed out over a hay bale. I'm just like, I'm dead.
Nah, I'm well excited. I think it's just gonna be like, and this is what I want comps to be, is just like fun days out with your mates, where everyone just wants to enjoy themselves and have a bit of a laugh. And I 100% feel like this is exactly what that comp's going to be like.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited for it. And like, yeah, honestly, I'm just so grateful to everyone who's got involved. Like I've spearheaded, but it's been such a team effort. And yeah, so thank you as well, Becca. I've been getting the girls ready to meet you. They're very excited. And I've been harshly reffing you. And I'm like, you realise like Becca will not be half as harsh as I am. Like we practice in class. Like if they get a dodgy down from me, then they're not having a dodgy down.
Oh God, I'm going to have to be proper on it, aren't I? I'll speak to Jenny and get her to do some ref coursing with me so I don't fuck it up.
That will be nicer than I am, I promise you.
Yeah, I'm pretty lenient ref, to be fair. I'm firm, but I'm fair. Firm, but fair. But lovely stuff. So if people are interested, come on down for the day at Mark's Gym. All the information is going to be in the show notes below. So yeah, 1st of August, come on down at Mark's Gym. Let's have a really nice day and have loads of fun. Any final words for the podcast, Jemma?
No, just thank you. And so friggin' excited, really.
Hell yeah, me too. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you all on the next one. Goodbye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Strong Woman Highs, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support the podcast, then please give us a follow on Instagram. Or if you would like, we're also on buymeacoffee.com/strongwomanhighs. This is where you can send us tips, or you can also join our membership area, which is $5 a month or £4 a month. It's the silly Gosling level. We'll post out any extra content that we get on there, and hopefully a few little like free giveaways of things as well. The podcast currently doesn't cost a lot to run, which is what we're trying to keep it as, but we would like to be able to cover our costs, and also once those costs are covered, any profit that is made on Strong Woman Highs will be getting saved up and put into a pot for future Strong Woman competitions that we can sponsor. So if you have a Strong Woman competition that you'd like to be sponsored, or if you want to be on the podcast, then give us a shout, send me a message on Instagram or on YouTube, anywhere else you can get us, and we'll get it sorted, because the more women that we can get on, the better. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye!